Hello and welcome to the Golden Gloves Chat Show. I'm Brian Mitchell, with me famous trainer Peter Smith and our IBO Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Kevin Lerena. Welcome, guys.
Hey, Brian.
Kevin's always great to have you as a guest. I think you've been on the show more often than I have on the show. You're going to have to run the show, yeah. So welcome, guys. Kevin, you must be relieved. 19 December, Empress Palace, December Detonation, the Golden Gloves tournament. Kevin Lerena is going to be back in action. It's been like 10 months since you fought in Germany. What does it feel like to know that you're fighting again?
Yeah, thanks, Brian. I'm very grateful to get an opportunity to fight again, especially more so because it's in South Africa. My last fight was overseas, but especially during this tough pandemic, no one knows what's happening. So I'm just fortunate to be in the position to get a fight so that I can stay active and prepare me for 2021, which I believe is going to be a very big year for me. So I'm very grateful that I got this fight. Each fight is important as the next, and this is a big fight for me.
Sure, well, we're going to talk a lot about 2021, but let's talk about you headlining this big show now on the 19th of December, December Detonation, against Patrick Ferguson from the USA, who's 17-2-1. I must tell you, he's no slouch as well. Will you have the same motivation in a non-title fight as you do defending your IBO world title?
Most definitely, Brian, because there's no time to slip up now. So now more so than ever, I need to be focused. Peter can see it in the gym. I'm very strict on my schedule, how I train, how I run, what I do. Getting to the gym earlier. I'm trying my best to keep as well. I'm not trying my best. I am keeping as motivated as I was for my last 6 world title fights. This is a keep busy fight, as people say, but for me, there's no such thing as a keep busy fight. This is a fight that I need to win because I've got big things for 2021. Patrick Ferguson's American fighter, got amateur pedigree, decent record. Do I need to respect him? Most definitely. He's in there, and if he beats Kevin Lerena, he's kind of made, or he's on a world stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I cannot let that happen, and my trainer knows that, and Peter works me hard to beat anybody who they put in front of me, and there's no time to slip up now. So I'm 100% focused for my fight. I don't see it as a keep busy fight. I see it as a fight preparing me for a big 2021.
Well, of course, if you don't get past Patrick Ferguson, you don't get to the next level in boxing.
Exactly.
And we're going to talk about 2021, which is going to be a big year for you. Let me talk to you, Peter Smith. Peter, Patrick Ferguson, you must be excited firstly that your man Kevin Lerena, the IBO champ, is back in action on the 19th of December at Empress Palace on a Golden Glove show.
Yeah, Brian, we're very excited because as everyone knows, 2020 has been a terrible year for all of us, and even sports change. So just to get a keep busy fight for us it's not really. I wouldn't look at it as a keep busy. It makes it sound like it's a little bit like, this is a serious fight for Kevin. This guy's coming to take Kevin's crown. Even if it's non-title, it just means the winner's a crown for him. So we need to do some serious business. It's like Kevin, we both been like getting our minds around how we can destroy and go about this fight. And, as Kevin is around the world so like well known now, they watching every opportunity if there's any slip or weakness.
For sure. And
Kevin's shown such powerful wins that it's like I think the guys are still trying to figure out how to beat this guy, So this is a big fight for us. It's a world title fight. It's labeled non-world title, but it's a title fight for us.
And like I say, you're going to get the knockers out there. I mean, I had 2 non-title fights as well, and they said I should retire, and I looked bad, and that's just what they do. And the next fight, I was back defending my world title better than ever. And I'm sure like Kevin said, you're going to take it like any fight,
Yeah.
So we look forward to that. The world champions have got to fight in non-title fights, especially after being inactive for so long and a pandemic and all this. It's been 10 months, hasn't it, Peter?
Exactly.
And sports changed, man. As we all know, it's not easy to get guys, or us to fly overseas. We'd love to take the fights that have been offered to us. Mary, that Frenchman, Golo, what's it, Golo? I can't say the French name.
Tronchi.
I mean, we've been offered all these fights, and it's like, we hear there's quarantine, 2-3 weeks there, and then come back 2 weeks. So we look at the whole picture, and it's like, where do we go next? So this has worked out in our favor, and it's like it's a serious fight because he's unbeaten, and he's in his mind coming to keep it unbeaten.
Yeah, for sure. You're unbeaten as the IBO champion, and I'm sure you want to keep it that way. Kevin, let's talk. Okay, we're going to talk past Patrick Ferguson now, which we don't like to do in boxing because you've still got to beat Patrick Ferguson on the 19th of December at Empress Palace. But Patrick Ferguson has fought a guy by the name of Benjamin Keller, and Keller's fought Jai Opetaia as well. So let's talk 2021. Let's talk Jai Opetaia, the guy from Australia, which we've been talking about so often. He's a big name out there. He's 20-0, young Australian fighter. He's a good fighter. And you and him are penciled in to fight for the mandatory position in the IBF.
For sure.
So the winner becomes the number one challenger for Breeders. But Breeders is talking about moving up to heavyweight. So there's a good chance that title, that IBF title, cruiserweight title, is going to be vacant.
Yes.
So you as the IBO champion will be fighting for an IBF title as well, a vacant title, against Jai Opetaia in the near future, early next year. Talk to us how you feel about that fight, Kevin.
This is a very big fight for me. The IBF Championship is a big championship. Breeders is a great champion. Just going back on reiterating what you said about keep busy fights. Jai Opetaia was just in a keep busy fight this weekend, I think, against Kelleher, who Patrick Ferguson fought.
Against Benjamin Kelleher.
And anybody who's got a boxing brain should know that you need those fights to keep your systems in place, 100%. Your training systems that your trainers put in place for you, because you fight in February and then you tell me, hey Kevin, in 2021 you got an IBF world title fight. And I say, okay, cool, I fought last year. This is great for me, and I'm very grateful. And a person with a boxing brain will understand that. The knockers, they don't have boxing brains.
They don't know what's going on.
They don't have much between the ears. But this for me is a great opportunity. That's why Patrick Ferguson's a big fight for me, because there's no room to slip up here. I've got to do a job on this guy. When I say do a job, I've got to put him away.
Yes.
And that's how I go into my fights now. I'm not going in there to get 12 rounds in or 10 rounds in and say, you know, a fight goes away, a fight goes. I mean, I can't predict this is what I'm going to do. But my trainer knows, and Peter tells me, you go in there and make a statement. Go in there and push your share price up. And that's what I've been doing my last few fights. I go in there, I see a man hurts, and I want to take him out, because that's my share price. That's what I'm going for. And I need to do a job on this guy for 2021 IBF World title.
Yeah, well said, Kevin. That is my next question as well for the viewers out there and for the fans. And there's a lot of Kevin Lerena fans. I'm one of them. Is on the 19th of December, like you just said, you're going to do a job with this man. You want to jump on Patrick Ferguson, and you want to look good as the IBO champion, and you want to go into 2021 looking forward to being an IBF champion as well. So once again, what are you going to do to Patrick Ferguson?
You know, Brian, obviously, with all respect to all fighters, you're a fighter, Peter's been a fighter. I cannot slander this man and say, I'm going to go knock him out, I'm going to do this. All I'm going to say is Patrick Ferguson's coming from America, so respect him for that. He's coming in there with me. I see him as a tough competitor. I know the man next to me, how he's honed my skills. When the bell rings, I need to do a job on this guy. As I've said, from man, I'm going to do a job on him. You know what? It's not about arrogance. It's just me saying I need to put into play now what my trainers taught me. And my last few fights, I'm starting to do that. So that's why this fight, there's no room to go the distance and say, well, it was a keep busy fight, so I needed the rounds. No, I don't need the rounds. I've boxed 171 rounds in my career. I'm going in there now to show these guys that I belong at the top. And anybody who doubts me at their own peril, because I'll take you out.
And every fight is as big as the next
exactly.
fight.
Every fight is big. And anybody who doubts me, like, by all means, I will take you out.
Yes.
And that's my mindset.
Fantastic. Well, good luck with that. We look forward to seeing you in the ring again in South Africa, and in that big fight in December against Patrick Ferguson. Kevin, let me ask you the new division, which you obviously know about, the super cruiserweight division. You're a big cruiserweight. Obviously, there's big plans for you in the cruiserweight division. Do you maybe see yourself one day moving up to super cruiserweight?
Most definitely. I mean, this fight now is at a catchweight, just because it's fair on Ferguson and me. Let's just meet at a middle ground weight. But we are actually looking to fight a heavyweight in this division, an undefeated guy, Raphael Tranche from France, 13-0, very big heavyweight. And we wanted to do it because we want to feel that difference, you know, the 100 kilogram guy versus a 90 kilogram guy. I walk around at 100 kilograms. I think it's a great for boxing. I think it should have been introduced long ago. I mean, a prime example was Peter. In his career, he was a big cruiserweight, but he struggled to make the cruiserweight almost a little bit too big for actual cruiserweight. Yeah. And I think that could have jeopardized his career. But so if this division was in place then, you might have seen a different Peter. And now that they're bringing this division in place, I think it's great for fighters like myself, Usyk, guys who are bigger cruiserweights who genuinely do pull weight. Look at a guy like Junior Makabu. He's a legit cruiserweight. I think he's 87, 88 kilos. He's a legit cruiserweight in terms of that division.
I think it's been a tough division as well when it does kick off.
Yeah, I mean, you got your Deontay Wilder. I forgot about him. You got, let's say, Breeders goes up. You got Usyk.
It's going to be a tough
one. Every fight's a roll of the dice because the guys are great fighters and need to be respected. But I think it's a great division because it's very tough to fight a man like Fury. Who's 6'10" or 6'7" or whatever it is, who's 120 kilos.
For sure.
When you're 100 kilos at 6'1", But then you go against a guy like Povetkin or White, you got a more of a realistic chance.
Sure.
And I just think it's great because you'll see more entertainment in boxing. And we're looking at, like Pete was saying, we are trying our best to get the best opponents here for December. But because of COVID, we've been restricted, and one person says yes, and then his country says no. You know, so we've been trying our best, and I think it's a great division. And our fight now, we're trying to gauge to get an opponent in that kind of weight division, 100 kilogram division, to see how it will go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, we look forward to you fighting slightly heavier in this fight as well against Patrick Ferguson. And good luck with the 19th of December. I'm sure you the trainer, Peter, are very excited that you're going to be back in action. And it's going to be, of course, on the 19th of December. As I said, Empress Palace, December Detonation. We've got a fantastic undercard as well. I'm going to be interviewing the guys daily. So first up is our mainline fight, Kevin Lerena. Look forward to that on the 19th of December at Empress Palace. From me, Brian Mitchell. Thank you, Kevin Lerena. Thank you, Peter Smith.
Brian.
Thank you for being a good guest.
Thank you, man.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.